Some of us are outwardly successful, but inwardly feel unhappy and living a life lacking in purpose and meaning. The Necktie and the Jaguar by Carl Greer can help you discover what's important to you and how to go for it. For more information or to purchase the book, visit carlgreer.com. That's CarlGreer.com. Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Miracle Guidance. I'm your host, Dr. Carmen Harra. So happy to be with you tonight and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on OMTimes Radio. And tonight I have a very special guest. And we're going to explore something that we always love to explore, the numbers. As I said so many times, and this has been said by so many amazing teachers of the world, that the numbers are the language of the universe, and that the universe speaks to us each time and every day through numbers. So in order to understand what are they trying to tell us and what the numbers are trying to tell us, we have to understand the meaning of numbers, because numbers are everywhere. We have a number of the house, a phone number, a bank account, a birthday, and so much more. Even the letters in our name add up to a specific number. And they do reveal the things that you are supposed to experience. And if you don't understand your lucky number, then you have to try to work with the right numbers. So if you work with the wrong numbers, you'll meet obstacles and have trouble breaking through. So sometimes probably you'll always question why on my bank account I don't seem to be able to have money in it. I always have a negative balance. And why sometimes I have an account that always has a lot of money? Because the unique sequence of numbers, plays a big role. And sometimes, you question the number of your street. And you've been calling me many times on the show and asked me, should I move to this address because this is the number of the street? Is this the energy that I need to be living with? So we recognize that using the best number is to our advantage. So that's why I have a guest tonight that is a teacher, in this field. And he understands the true power of numbers. He's a master of Vedic or Chaldean numerology, which is extremely efficient, is in a bit different than the Pythagorean and the Western system. And he is specialized in residential business numerology, and he provides valuable insight on the power of numbers and how they affect our lives. So that's why you guys, you're on the right show tonight. Feel free to call in 202-570-7057, because Jesse Kalsi has appeared on many radio shows, TV shows, and has his unique perspective on numerology. And he will amaze you. He is the author of numerous books, The Power of Home Numbers, All About Numbers, and his new book that just came out, and we'll talk much more about this. I want you guys to get his book because is a tool that you might need to use in your life. Now, Jesse lives in North California with his wife, with his daughter Amrita, and his son Esha. So I'm going to welcome to the show my wonderful friend, Jesse Kalsi. Hi, my lovely Jesse. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Oh, great, Carmen. I feel so wonderful to be here with you today.
I know that the audience is already intrigued by this topic. They always love this topic. And we already have a lot of callers. And I'm going to tell everybody, hey, Terry from California, Ilelani, and all of you guys that are calling me and calling the number, please hold on the line because our producer, Christopher, will connect you with us and you'll be able to ask Jesse your questions about, about your life overall based on your numbers. Now, I would love to ask you some interesting questions I thought about before the show. And my first question will be, what made you so interested in numbers? In a sense that, tell us a little bit, because the Vedic numerology is different and probably people don't know too much about it.
Yeah. So the first part of your question, Carmen, I got interested into numerology, but more Vedic because I come from the Far East India. And so when I came to the United States, many years ago, like most immigrants, I had my fair share of struggles, but I had some basic knowledge about numerology, which is the Vedic tradition, very basic though. And I was trying to find a way out, to improve my situation. And it is then that I started using whatever little I knew, right? And I was quite surprised how things started, improving and getting better for me. So, so I already had it in me, but I never applied it really. But my life made me, situation made me use it, which I did, and then that's how I, got into it. And then what it is really is, like you already mentioned in the intro that they're various systems. We have the Pythagorean system. There's something here in North America or the Americas. The Hebrews have a system. The Chinese have a different way of looking at numbers, right? But astronumerology, right, the Chaldean code has an association with planets and numbers. So basic numerology, like we all know, goes from number 1 to number 9. But in the Vedic tradition, we associate those numbers with planets. Say, for example, 1 is Sun, or 9 is Mars, or 6 is Venus, 5 is Mercury, right? So that's how we look at them. And then, as they expand, right, they go into homes and businesses and names and, like you said, phone numbers and bank accounts and cars, the numbers on their license plates, right? And as they, keep expanding, so they kind of get a little more complicated. You know how it is? So then it is not about adding only. See? So I give you one quick example, right? I give all the time. See, like the energy of number 1 and number 8, right, is Sun and Saturn energy, and these numbers never get along. So say, for example, in a very general way, so if you live in a house number 118 or a 0 there, 108, 180, something like that, or let's say 2 9s, too much Mars there. So things like, cuts, injuries, accidents, family quarrel, legal trouble, separation, whole bunch of stuff just flows right at the door. But professionally, you would, excel as a medical professional or working in a hospital. Or
I hear you. Yeah. Right. Let me ask you, because I'm so intrigued by this, but just to make our listener understand exactly, so the difference between the Vedic numerology and the Pythagorean one, what is it exactly? What's the major difference?
Okay, so what happens is, number association, right? So in the Chaldean code, the code that I use, right, we go from number 1 to number 8, right? And then we have alphabets that are connected to those numbers. But
so you go from number 1 to number 8. Okay.
Yeah, but Pythagorean goes from number 1 to number 9, right? For the code, right? Just for the code, for the code. So say, for example, number 1 is AIJQY, or, number 4 is DMT, or 6 is CGI.
Okay.
So it's like that. But the Pythagorean code goes from number 1 to number 9 for the alphabets, and the Vedic Chaldean goes from 1 to number 8.
Okay, so that's the difference. Okay. And also, I know that you always said that number 0 is amplifier. What does it mean, amplifier? Amplifying the number around us.
It just expands it, It just makes it, it makes it even larger, right? So like I said.
So, for instance, if you put 80, it amplifies the power of 8.
Yeah, planet Saturn, yes, 8, yes.
Okay, so Saturn, okay, I got it. Now, so from all the number 1 to 8, like you say, are there any lucky numbers out of these numbers? Which are the lucky ones for us?
So there's nothing generally. So what happens is it's more exact. it's more by by your birth date, right? That's how we start the whole procedure, right? We look at the birth
Right.
date, and from there we hone into the best number codes, and then from there we can tell what numbers go out to you. Now, see, I've seen a lot of people here. The Chinese love the number 8, right? But 8 in Vedic tradition is represented by the planet Saturn, right? So it's not
Right.
an easy number to handle. I can tell you right now. And I see a lot of people just write number 8 in their wallets and keep it as a sign of infinity. The money will flow like that, but it doesn't. I mean, if it doesn't suit
It
your
doesn't.
numerology, right?
So according to Pythagoras, you see number 8 is the planet of karma. It also symbolizes money. According to, the Vedic astrology, it doesn't. Am I right?
No, yeah, but see, 8, I can tell you because it's the energy of planet Saturn, which is slow, and planet Saturn, it moves slowly, and it's kind of cold energy, right? So it's one number that has to be handled very, very carefully. Now, say for example, if you happen to be born on a number 8 date of birth, right? So there are certain numbers, right? See, like the energy of number 1, 3, 5, or 6. These numbers which means that Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus. These energies should be with you. So your name should vibrate on these energies, right? So if you have a lot of number 8 energy and you end up in a house number which has more Saturn energy, I can tell you, will definitely slow you down. It create many challenges.
Okay. Well, my house is 915. What's the energy of this numbers? 915.
So 915 it's a pretty strong number. 915 is a pretty strong number, and it amplifies to Venus energy.
What does it do to me, to my house? I'm living it for so many years.
I know. The only thing is sometimes the number 9 might collide with the number 5. Sometimes it does. Mars and Mercury.
Okay.
Sometimes it'll collide like that. But then it also depends, what, if you can, the other people living in the house as well, so we'll have to look at everybody's date of birth and all that, But generally speaking, the 9 will sometimes collide with the number 5, it'll, Mars and Mercury.
If it collides with number 5, which is the planet Mercury, now, what does that mean? It means it impacts in a negative way?
Challenge, health, sometimes.
You get a challenge. I got it. Yeah. It makes sense. Now, do you think that some numbers are more compatible? What are numbers that are compatible with other numbers? Like if you give us an example. So let's say I am a number 9. Who am I compatible with?
Number 9 is going to work more with the energy of Jupiter, 3, 6s, But then again, it kind of gets more onto your date of birth. Now, say for example, like you mentioned, number 9. Now, I am born on April the 3rd, right? And so my best numbers, I've seen work with number 3 and number 9. So I avoid using the number 6 because it kind of, though it is, I say but it's not the best for me. So I just go with number 3 and number 9. And then if you look at my book, my name and All About Numbers has this number 9, and my name also is a number 9. But that is based on my date of birth. Everybody cannot use that, right? Mm-hmm. And so 9 is it's a number. It's a tricky number, but it has to be work with your code, right? So that's how it goes. Yeah.
Well, I want everybody listening to know that Jesse has a fabulous book that just came out called All About Numbers. And in the book talks about how to attract luck, abundance, and joy. And based on your numbers, you know how to deal with your life in the right way. But, I'm asking you because this is what a lot of people want to know. What does a birthday reveal about a person? Does it reveal through the numbers the character of the person, where the person is supposed to go in life? What does it really say?
Definitely, you can pick up a lot of stuff from there. You can tell the basic energy, right, where the energy is headed. Mm-hmm. But then what happens is after we pick up the basic energy, right, then we have to look at the name as well, because what happens is you might have the best numbers, but then your name is sitting on a different number completely, right? And then you're just wondering and struggling, why am I getting stuck everywhere? So then what happens is, because your name, your popular name is very important, right? So that's what vibrates on this universe. So that is again very, very important. And then going a step further, you might have the best numbers, but you might be living in a house number that doesn't work for you. Or for that matter, you have the best numbers, but you'll be driving a wrong car, a different color that doesn't work for you. For that matter,
let me ask you.
Yeah.
So Jesse, okay, let's say I'm living under a number that is not good. And I discovered that the number of my house or my business is bringing me probably not the best of luck, or probably not the best. What do we do? What shall we do?
Very
What
simple.
happened in that moment?
Yeah. So what we do is we look at the basic energy, and then from there, you can always fine-tune the names. Now, say if your home's a little off, right, then based on your numbers or whoever lives in the house, right, we can always go and, I call it number patching because that's my intellectual property. What we do is, we can add a small number, a small sticker, yellow or golden color, with those numbers outside to shift the energy.
So you shift the energy, yeah.
Yeah. So because numbers are planetary, they're vibrating all the time, right? Yeah. So we shift it. Yeah, we shift it. We try to use proper, maybe make a change in the name a little bit, or the business can be tweaked a little bit. Things. So the idea, Carmen, is to harmonize, right? So if things are how we still want to work
to harmonize. I agree. Yeah. To harmonize. People don't know sometimes to work with this energy. People don't know sometimes how to harmonize. And we'll go to the calls in a minute, and we'll go to Terry right away. We'll take Leilani, and then we'll go to Marilyn all the way to Singapore. So you guys hold on the line, and you'll have a chance to talk to Jesse. But Jesse, in your book, you talk a lot about presidential election, and you talk about Trump's number and Biden. And I have a question, like making a prediction based on their numbers. Who do you think will be the next president? Can you tell by any chance Biden or Trump, or is there someone else?
Yeah, you can pick the energy. Yeah. See, as you talked about the current presidency, President Biden now will touch 79 coming the 20th of this month, actually, right? So what happens is, see that the number 79, what actually means is he's entered his 80th year, which is the Saturn year, right? 8th year.
Okay.
Now, that was Butcha. And then if you see the 20 on his basic energy, which is 2 is moon, what happens is moon does not work well with Saturn, right? So moon and Saturn does not work. Yeah, so this period, which actually energy is already stepped in, so the shadows are already here. So this, is the energy like, you suddenly, you fall sick, or, it's more like someone's pulling the carpet under your feet, right? So this energy happens all the time. I've seen it all the time. And the basic principle is it's the energy of moon and Saturn that he stepped into, and that applies to everybody. It's not that it's only for President Biden. It applies to different people. Of course,
absolutely. So you actually anticipate that he might not continue a second term?
No, I don't think so. I think the year that starts now will be very difficult one for him.
So it's going to be difficult. What about Trump? Do you think Trump will come back in the spotlight and run again?
Yeah, things are going to change too much, as we move forward, right? So yeah.
So I personally don't see Trump, just between me and you and the whole world that listening to the show. I just don't actually think that Trump will run again, or at least having a chance to be president again. I have a hard time seeing that. But which leaves us with the only perspective that someone else will come in. If none of these two people are going to be, in 24, so then who's going to be? So we shall see.
Somebody new, we'll see. Yeah,
somebody new. Okay, so then Jesse, for everybody listening, I want you guys to get Jesse's book. It's so fascinating, all about numbers. Attract luck, abundance, and joy in your life based on your numbers. Jesse Kalsi, my wonderful friend, the author of this amazing book, is so well written, and the book has so many explanations, and it goes in great length about explaining who you are, what it is to expect, how to work with numbers for your career, for your business, the number of your house, what is your birthday telling about you, what are the compatible numbers, the lucky numbers, and so on and so forth. So even gives us a lot of details about politics in terms of numbers. So I encourage you guys to buy his book, to book a session with Jesse. And because he is providing so much insight into your life through the numbers that you can use on the daily basis. And I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to go straight to Terry from California. And then I'm going to go to Maryland, but I will take a short break. So you guys hold on the line. We'll be back in a minute.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
COVID-19, brought to you by CDC and the Ad Council.
If you're feeling increasingly lonely right now, you're not alone. It's totally normal. Even though we may not be able to get together in person, connecting virtually with friends and family still gives you a chance to interact with people and may help raise your spirits. Join a virtual book club, set up group text chats, or online video coffee breaks with coworkers.
Find more self-care and coping tips at coping-19.org.
And I'm back. And for everybody listening, if you have a questions that needs an answer, if you want to know if your house number brings good energy for your family, if you want to know if your partner is a match based on your birthday, then please call the station, and Jesse and I, we are here to help you. So the number to call in is 202-570-7057. But we'll go right now to California, and we will talk to Terry from California. Hi, my dear Terry.
Hi, how are you?
It's good to hear your voice, my dear Terry. I have a guest, as you can see, Jesse, and if you have any questions to Jesse about anything in your life that relates to the numbers, to your birthday, to your house, to your business, feel free to ask.
Okay. Today has just been a really bad day, and hearing you tonight, you have to ask, are there numbers in my life that I'm just feeling kind of lost and not sure how to straighten out my financial situation, my family situation, and I don't know, could that have to do with a birthday?
A lot has to do with the time in your life, with the vibration energy, and the vibration energy is translated in numbers. So today is 11 and 2 and 2021, which is, if you add 2012, we get a 5. And if we add 2 plus 2 plus 5, that equals a 9. Now, according to the Vedic astrology, 9 doesn't exist. According to the Pythagorean, because I wrote a book on numerology, but I use the Pythagorean concept. When you're under the energy of a 9, things are coming to an end. Things seem like falling apart. So when you experience this, it's normal for you to experience this under the vibration of the 9. But I'm going to ask Jesse, what's his opinion about someone like you who goes through a very hard time on one particular day, if he has an answer for you, if there's something else going on in your life that we need to analyze.
Okay. So what is your date of birth?
3/3/1961.
Okay. So 3/3/1961. So let me see. 1, 2, 3 March. So basic energy is Jupiter and Venus, which means that 3 and 6s, these numbers would work best for you. So 1961 to now would be 39, and then this is 21. Okay, so what that is that you are in your Neptune year, and Neptune year. So Neptune year is not, it's a challenging year. So it is not your vibration, it's not your time right now. What is the number outside your door?
3,200.
3,200?
Yes.
So 3,200 again, you got some Jupiter and Moon energy there, but what happens is, this combination it moves fast, it's very slippery. It like wants to run, it slips, and then in a place like this, the max time one would spend is 5 years. Firstly, for your energy, I wouldn't even let you be here, but that you're already here, and it is more than 5 years, and it is slipping off you. The best suggestion I'd make to you is what you could do is if you could put a number 1, which is sun energy, a number 1, right in the end, like a small sticker, a yellow or gold sticker. So it will be 3200 and a 1 on the numbers, and tiny enough so you don't confuse the mailman. But the intent is to shift the energy. Yeah. The other thing is, if you could try a yellow sapphire or maybe a citrine, that energy would lift you up, right? It'll work well for you.
So it's a rental, and I've been thinking about moving, but of course financially that's what is the problem, is being able to financially move.
Okay, so just try the number 1. Use that number 1 there, right? Use the number 1 and try to get some citrine. There's a lot it's not inexpensive. So citrine in some form, right? Carry it with you or wear a small citrine pendant, right? Do that,
right?
And then something will shift. Absolutely.
I want to tell you something else, Terry, that is very interesting. So if I did your numerology according to the Pythagorean concept, you're a number 5. Now, 2021 is a 5. When your divine codification coincides with the year that we go globally, 21 is a 5. So your numerology is 5. That's considered a point in destiny. A point in destiny when you need something drastically to be changed in your life. On top of that, you 3, that's a 6 plus 5, which is 2021. So your personal year is number 2. That's tough. When you're in the year 2, you have, again, a feeling that you might not move in the right direction, and a lot of obstacles are coming your way, even financial one. This is lifted from you as you step into the spring of a next year. A major shift and a major turnaround is of the next year. On top of it, you live in a place that carries 32, which is 5. Carries, again, the same 5 vibration. 5 also means free yourself, run away from that place, liberate yourself. You're a very free spirit. You want to walk away from this energy that you kind of stuck into. So moving is ideal because you're in a point in your destiny that you haven't had in at least 18 years. So it's about time to face your challenges that make a drastic turnaround. And as you move into the next year, you're going to start something new, interesting, ideal, either a new company or something so much empowering that's going to lift your spirit and is going to put you on a different path. And I don't know if you ever thought about opening a business, working for a different company, because then there's money coming your way, But most likely, as of the next year, there's not too much left of this year anyhow. So the light is there, is in front of you. Just see it, just see it. I agree with Jesse. All these stones, all these energies that you add up, everything that has to do with goldish, yellows, the citrine, that he's so right. You should hold on the citrine, wear it, buy a cheap one. It doesn't have to be an expensive one, but it should be that color, that particular vibration. And this is going to turn your life around, achieving something that you haven't had in a long time. And it's time for the change.
Okay. So do you see that change also coming with my job?
Yeah, because what 5 symbolizes is breaking through and moving in a different direction, because you don't want to feel stuck. And my sense is that you kind of felt stuck lately. Do you agree?
Yes.
So that's when you need to, you call the show because you needed to acknowledge, hey, I mean, we globally in the year 5, which means we have to free ourselves from the COVID and all the disasters. I mean, I'm a 5 in the year 5, living in a home that carries the 32, the energy of 5. More so, there's 2 zeros, which amplifies the frequency of 5. What are all these 5s? Means I need to liberate myself from the place where I live, from being stuck in a job that I'm not happy with, needed to move in a different direction. This is the time for me to do it, because as I step into the next year, there's a different energy. The energy of 6, I move in the personal year 3, which means creativity, which means abundance. So, but I need to acknowledge all of this. So I need to consciously make all these changes, at least the preparation for them as we speak.
Okay. So just with the kind of work I do, I'd probably have to be moving completely, relocating.
Yeah, I feel it's a full relocation. I don't know if Jesse agrees with me, but I feel like that's what's going to happen to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Change. Okay.
Yeah. Change is written on your forehead. And make sure, if you move to a new place, ask Jesse, because he is such a teacher and master of where you should live, which place should be your ideal vibration, where you should be under the energy of a certain number, because that number is going to make your life flourish in a home, or is not going to make it right for you. So that's why we need to know, when you move somewhere, ask the advice of Jesse to tell you which is the number, where should I move, I found this place, is this the number for me to live under or no? So it's very significant for you to know all of this. Because you see, you've been living under an energy that was not helping you. And you feel like you suffocate yourself. I don't know if you agree.
I do agree.
Yeah, it's like, I can't take it anymore. This is so tiring. This is so crazy. I feel like I can't breathe. So, but this is coming to an end. And that's why you call the show, because you needed to hear this. That you're at the end of something, you will liberate yourself, and you step into a new beginning from every perspective of your life,
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. A huge new beginning. The whole energy is going to shift. And if you buy Jesse's book, it says all about numbers. This book is great because it explains everything in details. Which kind of number you should lose for your business. What is your birthday telling about you? And it's just an interesting manual, to rediscover your own self at the level of your vibration energy. So Jesse, all about number, Jesse Kalsi, a fabulous book. I highly recommend this for you. And most likely I can promise you a major turnaround of events in the next 4 or 5 months for you. Especially by the spring, you'll say, I'm a different person.
Great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and also, by the way, I feel like you might have some inflammation in your body. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, I actually do. I have not been feeling really well.
So take some bromelain. I have a degree in nutrition, so take some bromelain, the best natural anti-inflammatory. Bromelain and turmeric with curcumin. These are the stuff that will help you break through the inflammation too, because inflammation sometimes is the response of your immune system, which is your army, to protect your body of an entire environment. Even mental, sometimes the inflammation can come from the insatisfaction, from something that is emotional, that has a lot to do with those catecholamines in the brain that release in the bloodstream, causing an inflammatory response to everything that you create emotionally within yourself. So the way to kind of release this is also with the help of some natural stuff like bromelain. I highly advise you to take that.
Okay, great. Thank
okay,
you.
my love. Thank you so much for calling me. I'm very grateful.
Me too.
And I'm going to go now to Singapore. I have a wonderful friend in Singapore who's calling me, and I know she will be very happy to speak with Chelsea today. Her name is Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn.
Hello, Dr. Carmen. Thank you so much.
Hi, Marilyn. I have a wonderful guest.
Me?
I can hear you, beautiful friend. I love you. So I'm here with Jesse Kalsi.
Couldn't wait to call you.
So I'm here with Jesse Kalsi. Anything you want to ask Jesse about your birthday, about the person in your life, anything you want to ask about the home where you live, the number of your house, anything that you want to ask about numbers. Jesse is a teacher and a master in this field.
Yes, please. Actually, I've been in numerology since I started following you, and then since then I've been happier.
Good.
And I've been looking forward positive in my life. Yes, that's honestly true. So my question is, if you could tell me more about my birthday. What is my destiny if I already fulfill it?
Give Jesse your birthday.
Okay,
Give Jesse your birthday, Marilyn.
1st of March, 1975.
So we have another March, huh? March people. Okay, so March 1st, 1975. So the basic energy is March 1st, 1975. So it's more Sun and Neptune. So it's more the number 1 and the number 7 that are in tune with your vibration. So 1975 to now would be 25 plus 21. So as of now, you are in your vibration, or the energy is flowing with you. The energy is definitely flowing with you, and then as you as you move forward, it looks good to me. Where do you live? What is the number of your house?
6201.
6201. So see 6201. 6201. So you got Venus, you got Moon, and you got amplified Sun. So the second part of it is 2 Moon, amplified, and Sun. Those numbers work for you. The 6 Venus. What happens is sometimes Venus collides with the number 1, which is Sun and Venus. They collide sometimes, right? And how long have you lived here? How long have you lived here?
I've been living here for more than 2 years now. I don't know, almost 2 years.
3 years?
No, 2.
Oh.
Nearly 2 years. Nearly 2 years.
2 years.
Nearly.
Yeah. So a home like this sometimes could bring in some health challenges, with your basic energy. So what I suggest is, there's a crystal called cat's eye. Your cat's eye. Cat's eye is, it protects you from the mystery, from the unknown, from hidden enemies, and it also works well with the root chakra, the foundational chakra. So I would say a cat's eye in any form, a pendant, or you can wear it in your hand in some form, right, would be really, really good for you. And but as for timing, I think you're flowing already. You're flowing, So, but your home still, I'd say, would need some kind of a patch, would need some kind of a patch. And what I would suggest is you could use more Sun 521, maybe more 1 energy. More 1 would be good for you. You could
Is this your place, Marilyn? Is this a place that you rent or you own?
I rent.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm just
good.
renting right now.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
So even a number 7, a number 7 towards the end would be a good idea, which is your energy. So that will also, it'll flow more in tune with your basic frequency.
How do you feel in this place? So if you listen to Jesse, does it feel like you might need to shift this energy around?
Well, I feel comfortable. I sleep well in this place, so I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but I still, to be honest, I feel some kind of a health, sometimes, the things. I mean, I wish you the best of health, but I mean, with whatever little I know, right, I would still patch this place with a number 7. I would use a number 7 in the end to kind of make it more in tune with you.
So in other words,
So,
add a little bit near the number of the house, put a 7 somewhere to shift the energy. Do you ever have headaches in this house? Like, okay, here I am, my head hurts, or I have a stomach ache or something.
oh yes, you're right. I'm having those, like, frequently having this backache.
Right. It's because the
like
vibration of the house,
That's what
It's
I'm
the
saying,
energy
yeah.
that the house carries affects your headaches, believe it or not. But, where the place that you live in might have a lot to do with the way you feel your health is, and you feel generally. So if you want to shift a little bit the energy, you might see your headaches going away just like that,
So,
Yeah, number 7,
what should I do?
Yeah, you can
I
use
put
a number 7,
number 7?
a small sticker in the end, a small yellow or gold sticker in the end. That would
a yellow
that would
sticker
be
with a 7 at the end. Yeah.
You mean outside or inside the door, in the front door?
No. I put it by next to the numbers, like wherever you have the 6201, put a small 7, and also, and I hope your association doesn't take it down. Sometimes they do, but yeah, use a 7 there, and that will shift. And then, like I said, a cat's eye in some form. Try a cat's eye too. That will be very good for you, very lucky for you.
Okay, understand. I get it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So in other words, that energy that he's telling you about, it's shifting. You know what I mean? If you wear that protection of the stone of protection, so you need a protective stone.
Okay.
And look for that stone. They usually can find it anywhere, and you can get it, and I need to see if I can send it, because I still am I need to figure out a way of sending my book, and probably I can send you that stone too as a gift for calling the show.
Oh, great.
But I will need your address again and see if I can send it through Amazon, because the way I tried to send it, it didn't work. So let me see if I can send it through the Amazon. So send me your address, and I see if I can find that stone. I'll send it with the book, okay?
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Carmen.
I
Thank
love
you,
you, my Marilyn.
to buy it.
Okay, and get it, Jesse's book, because Jesse has this great book that can be very helpful.
All right.
So Jesse's book is
where to
called
buy this
All
book?
About Numbers. Jesse Kalsi, fabulous book, How to Attract Luck, Abundance, and Joy. So you're going to learn a lot by this book. It's everywhere. You can find it on Amazon, and you can buy it on Kindle. I mean, the book is fabulous. So it's going to teach you, how to shift the energy around, and it's going to teach you much more about you. It's a great manual to rediscover your own self. Like any book of numerology is always a tool. And thank you so much for calling the show, my lovely Marilyn. I'm going to have a short break, and I'm going to go to Susan. Hi, Susan. Hold on the line. We'll be with you in a minute.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
Hello, I'm Sandy Sedgbeer, host of OMTimes Magazine's flagship radio show, What is Going On? My passion is sifting through information, research, and innovations from new thought teachers, speakers, and researchers, pushing back the boundaries of what we know about life, energy, metaphysics, and the universe. I love shifting perceptions about who we are, why we're here, and how quickly impossible becomes normal when we open our minds, expand our awareness, and accept that the only limits that exist are those we place upon ourselves. So if you're the kind of forward-thinking, eager investigator of what lies beyond the current reality that most perceive, why not make a date to come play with me in the field of possibilities at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday, and together we can discover what's really going on.
If I could be you.
And you could be me?
For just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Now, another thing that I want to tell you guys who are listening to my show, that what's interesting in Jesse Kalsi's number, all about numbers, he talks about attracting energy using crystals and stones. And he gives a great description about all the stones that you should wear if you want to attract something in your life. And the relationship of chakras with numbers and businesses, and how you can balance your chakra, what you should actually wear. So I think if you guys want to cleanse your vibration energy, in this book you're going to find extraordinary information about numbers patching, about attracting energy using those gemstones and all kinds of crystals and all kinds of rituals. So that's why the book is so fascinating and so complex, having so many interesting information. I was just reading, Jesse, about a yellow sapphire, a gemstone that represents the planet Jupiter. And I want to tell you something so funny. Before I started the show, I got in the mail a yellow sapphire. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
And I was laughing because I read in your book how you said that a guy wear a yellow sapphire after you told him, and after you told him to wear a yellow sapphire, he won $1 million.
Yes.
So I was laughing. I thought of you. I said, I'm going to tell you on the show that I own a yellow sapphire recently, and I got it 5 minutes before the show. And then I remember I read in your book, the whole story about the yellow sapphire, and then you talk about every single stone, what it does to us, and how we should wear it, and how it should actually change the vibration energy in our astral body. So it's fascinating. So that's why you guys go and buy Jesse Kalsi's book, All About Numbers, because the book has so much information that will be so useful for you. And I'm going to go now to Susan. Hi, Susan. How are you, my dear?
Hi, Carmen. I was going to put my house on the market, and the neighbor tree fell on the house.
Oh.
And I had to move out, so I'm living in a hotel, but I'm still working. And so my house is 102966, and my house number is 9631.
Okay.
9631, Jesse.
Yeah, 9631, so 10/29/1966. So let me look at your basic vibration here. So 10/29/1966, October the 29th. So October the 29th, and October the 29th is again, it's pretty similar numbers like the last caller. She also has very good intuition. She got Sun and Neptune as her basic energy. So Sun and Neptune as her basic energy, and then the year is 1966. So that'd be 4 and 34 and then 21. So that makes it 5, and then you enter the moon year. So you enter your moon year, and that is a little bit of a challenge. So as of now, this is October. You basically stepped into the energy of Jupiter comes in. And so this time period is a little off for you right now, right? This energy is off. What I feel is more after the 15th of January, right? After the 15th of January and more into the middle of Feb, you'd get a very good offer on your property. So so the tree has been removed and everything has been fixed?
No, it just happened last Monday.
Yeah. So it'll take time to kind of fix it all. But see, the best why was the best offer, right? You know how it is. You don't have to rush. You're going to sell it and fix it. And it's more the middle of Feb of next year that this energy will shift. And the house numbers, you got Mars there. You got Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Sun. Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Sun. So if you look at them, so 1 and 7 is the basic. So you only have the number 1 in there that works with you. Mars is accidents and collision. Venus doesn't flow with you, and then Jupiter also is not your. So this house, these numbers were the planetary energy of the house is not working for you. So change definitely is going to come, and your next home. Well, we can always help you. Find the best numbers. I work with a lot of realtors and clients all the time with different listings and different addresses on a daily basis. So that would be very, very important for you. But then I feel more Feb, after the 15th of Jan. So that's my take. Gemstone crystal, again, I feel sun, a ruby would work very well for you,
Okay.
And also, a ruby work very well for you. But then the other thing also is, make sure that your house, the sun energy, so your entry door, should face the rising sun, right? It'd be very good for you. If it goes any other direction, it will disturb you. So I don't know what direction this house was facing, but try to, be in a house which has the sun rising on the main door.
Okay.
Right?
So in other words, it's good that you get rid of this house. It looks like this is a good decision. I personally think you're going to sell it. I think all of this is going to be fixed and you're going to sell it well. That's my take on it. Sorry?
Okay. One other question I have. I'm having trouble with this bank where I've been working. There's a lot of negative energy being projected at me. And I'm just wondering what the future might be, if I should be moving on to something else or...
So this is a bank you've been working, meaning getting a loan from them, or I don't understand exactly.
No, I've been working at this bank for a year.
Oh, you've been working at this bank. Now, do you have a number on this bank? Does the bank has a number?
Well, there's no number. I mean, it has an address in Seattle, but...
Yeah, on the address, is there a number on the address?
601.
601. What do you think, Jesse?
601 again, Venus energy doesn't work with her, so it's this
so
place
you
right
see,
here.
So this answers your question, which I suspect that might be the case. So in other words, if you move from this bank, things will get better. In other words, you move from the bank, you move from the house, movement is written on your forehead. So, but the movement is very positive for you.
That is true. Absolutely right, Carmen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell. Yeah, I can tell because the energy is it doesn't flow very well for me.
Yeah. So for how long you been at this bank?
It'll be a year, November 9th.
Yeah, enough. A year of this place is more than enough because you haven't been, feeling yourself here and not feeling like you're growing or being prosperous. So it was like you got stuck into something. So moving out of there and making a move in conjunction with the moving from the house. But I found it very symbolic what happened to the house. It's the symbolistic of it, the symbolistic is very interesting.
Yeah, it was a neighbor's tree and we had no idea, and she could have gotten killed.
It's the symbol, even if the neighbor, but you will be able at the end to fix it, and somehow probably even a neighbor might pay something. There will be a way for you to restore the financial loss, and at the end sell the house very well. So the outcome is very positive, my love.
Yeah, thank you, because I've been getting rid of a lot of stuff I don't need, and so
very
it was meant
good.
to happen.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. I love you, my Susan. Thank you so much for calling. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
go to somebody with a similar name, Susie. Hi, Susie. How are you, my dear?
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
Hi, beautiful.
How are you, sweetheart?
I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Do you have any question to my wonderful Jesse Kalsi with the book All About Numbers?
I do. I have a quick question. My birth
Sure.
date is 4/6/1964. And currently I live in a house, and the house address I live in now is 7376.
7376. So let me see here. So 4/6. So April the 6th, 1964. So April the 6th, 1960. Let me look at this quickly here. So yeah, it's interesting. So you got in the month of April, you have 3. So you have Jupiter and Mercury. Interesting. So 3 and 5s are your best numbers, but I'd much go with number 3. And 7376. So 7 doesn't work with you 2 times, and then the 6 either doesn't. So there's only a 1 3 there that is kind of holding, you know. So even many would say, okay, oh, this is 7 10s, whatever, no, 13 and 13 and 10 23. No, this place not the best.
Okay.
So do you feel this way?
Oh, I'm in the process of selling it, but we ran into an issue in the
So you're doing the right thing. Susie, you're doing the right thing. Unfortunately, we're running out of time because our show was only an hour, so the show is coming to an end. But yeah, you're doing the right thing, and it's going to work very well for you, Susie. Okay, and I can tell that by somewhere February of the next year, you will be a different person. Then call again the show anytime you want, so I can give you more answers. And thank you, Jesse Kalsi, for this beautiful book, All About Numbers. Thank you for being my guest. We'll go live with Jesse on a Facebook Live next week, so you